One of the most famed war battles in English history is being recreated for the big screen by two of Australia's best filmmakers, Joel Edgerton and David Meikod, bringing the Battle of Agincourt to life in The King.
All hail the new king, ruling the silver screen.
Already I can feel the weight of this crown I wear.
Set in the 15th century, the film follows a young wayward prince who suddenly becomes the King of England after his father's death. Inspired by Shakespeare's medieval stories, the coming-of-age drama has been revamped with modern-day dialogue and a cast featuring some of Hollywood's biggest names.
All hail King Henry!
Homegrown filmmaker Joel Edgerton and director David Meikod first started scripting The King more than 6 years ago after brainstorming the idea on Bondi Beach. It's the first time the pair has reunited since their 2010 blockbuster Animal Kingdom. Joining the Australian writers is Hollywood heartthrob Timothée Chalamet, who wears the crown as Henry V.
I'm here because you are my friend. A king has no friends.
Run me through the beginning. How did two young lads sitting on Bondi Beach come up with this idea?
I keep referencing that building over there because I had, in 99 and then 2000, I had done Henry IV, 1 and 2 and Henry V, and I'd played the character that Timmy plays in the film. I think that's where the first part of it started for me, is that those plays are very much, in my mind, in my heart. And then I had a crazy idea of making a movie out of it. What happened with this was, it's not a superhero movie. It's not something with like an intellectual property, the IP, the way the studios are looking, like what's an easy sell. And it came a point where they went, this is too complicated, a middle budget movie for us to make. Netflix were the people who went, well, we would make it. And thankfully that happened at the right time, that Timmy was the right age and had done Call Me By Your Name. That's how David got onto the Chalamet business.
This role in particular was going to be an incredible burden for a young actor to carry, and I needed someone who was really good, I never would have thought I'd be casting a 22-year-old New Yorker to play the King of England, but I could just tell. I knew the work that had gone into his previous performances, and so I knew that he was capable of that.
Well, especially after Call Me By Your Name, your career has just accelerated. How do you then go and decide, yes, I want to work on this project next?
It felt new, it felt fresh, it felt scary. Okay. It felt troubling that I was going to be an American playing an English king. But also it was a desire to work with David and this brilliant group of Australians and get to be an American in that mix.
How was it spending so much time with Australians?
Awesome, awesome.
Did you learn anything?
They could drink me under the table.
Did you have any say on the bowl cut at all?
No, and thank God, because it was important for the movie, and it's important in these period pieces that you feel the whole production, the whole design team, is committing to the moment and not to anything else.
What was the most challenging thing about this movie? Was it the horse riding or the sword fighting?
Perhaps it was the sword fighting, yeah, and the battle sequences. I hadn't done anything like that before. It was daunting, and Joel Edgerton seemed to relish it.
You'll have to carry out that mass execution yourself.
How much fact and how much is fiction?
It's a really good question. I mean, we borrowed a bit from Shakespeare. We took our own artistic license with character and things and storylines and elements. And we also did a deep dive into true history. But, there was no such thing as Wikipedia or Google back then. So, a lot of what you know of that period is the minimal things that are written down, and, pieces of art, pieces of medieval armour. So we researched as much as we could.
Do you feel a sense of achievement?
In what regard?
In any regard.
The King is now showing in selected cinemas and will be available on Netflix November 1. Samantha Dawson, Sky News.